Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to jump on here for a minute and talk about some of the interesting energy that's happening in the collective right now. I was in a session yesterday with one of my clients, and this image started to come through. We're actually kind of talking about the collective energies, and this image came through. Spirit gave me this image of somebody kind of floating out in the middle of the universe and jumping, and there were these floating rocks all scattered in front of this person, or maybe they were meteors. They kind of looked like meteors, and it was like every choice this person was making was you had to jump from one rock to the other rock to the other rock, and it felt like every choice was sort of determining an outcome. And this reminded me of the timeline collapse that's happening right now. So you probably hear a lot of people talking about the timeline collapse, and that there is a timeline split. And a lot of people are saying that the earth is, that you're gonna have like two earths kind of a thing, or two dimensions or whatever. And I don't necessarily, and I don't even think there's necessarily just two. I think there could be multiple of these. I also don't think that there's going to be like that kind of a physical split necessarily. I think that it is a split that we're starting to recognize that each one of us has a completely different perspective. You could be in the same room with someone, and that person could have a completely different reality than you. So it's the way we're experiencing life, and I think that it's every single choice we make right now. It's almost like every rock you jump on, can feel a little precarious. Everybody's sort of feeling like they're floating in midair, because we're in this middle place. We're in this place of, it's like there's a lot that's ended, or ending even, and you can't access certain energies that you were able to access before. But you're also having a hard time accessing the new ones that are potentially coming in, because we're all in this floating place where a lot of the new stuff hasn't completely been decided. The collective timelines are shifting a lot, and they're shifting also for individuals. So as the collective timelines shift, every choice you make right now is going to determine which timeline you end up on, which means that determines your future. So this is really interesting because, the future is a little bit less predictable, or at least as exacting of a prediction, because so many psychics and astrologers and everybody, they have a different opinion, right? Some people are talking about, nuclear war and the world's gonna end, and then other people are talking about this new beginning of the new age and the age of Aquarius and new world, essentially, right? And then various others in between. But the thing is that literally the choices you are making is determining which timeline you end up on. And I'm not about, scaring people when it comes to destructive or chaotic timelines. Now, we are, even if you are very conscious, and even if you are on, we'll say, more of a lighter, positive timeline, you are still going to be aware of the things that are happening in the world. You're still going to be aware that, there was a flood and there was a fire, and, and this happened in the war, and you're still going to be aware of all of that, but your experience of that and your perspective of that is going to be completely different than maybe somebody else. So just remember that right now, we are all sort of floating in midair as things are being determined. But what is determining those things are the choices you make. So it is so important right now for all of us to be very conscious and very aware of the choices we are making. You are determining your future right now more than ever. So because of that, I just, I felt like it's a really good reminder to have that you have way more power and control over your reality than you think you do. None of us are truly powerless, and that's really important for us to remember right now. So I hope this message was helpful, And I hope that you all have a beautiful day. Take care.